Hey, fellow theme park enthusiast, it's Englentine, the homegrown tourist. And, well, we're going to talk about some Epcot stuff. And here to help me out is Dalton, the authenticator.
Good evening, folks.
Alrighty, so as I said in another video, I tried to get reservations. I found out that my pass that had been canceled is like, while everybody else was being charged thousands of dollars for past months that they didn't use, I was canceled. And so they said that my pass, I was actually online. You can check it out. I do have a video where I am just, we're just waiting to see, and it gets fixed the whole 9 yards.
The Adventures of Englentine and Friends on hold.
There you go. Yeah. And for some reason, it was actually more interesting than I thought it would be. But there you go. Watching the Disney guest service in progress is basically what it was. So come to find out that my pass is still canceled. Like, I cannot make a reservation. I can't get into the theme parks right now because you can't just go. My pass isn't canceled. It's just not being recognized by the system. Like, if I go to Disney, I get the discounts. You know, I can use it in those kind of ways. It's just not being recognized by the reservation system. I could probably go up if they were allowing people just to enter and just enter, but I don't know. So anyway, that's why I don't have any video of me in the park. We are going to go to Disney Springs, I think, on my birthday, and probably beforehand as well, because they just announced a decent discount. So we'll see about that anyway. But other people have been, and there is some news surrounding everything. We've got one which is talking about how Mary Poppins, we talked about this in an earlier video, Dalton, was supposed to get a ride at the in the England area. And by the way, in the morning time when this is empty, this is one of the most beautiful places to sit. The back courtyard of England, it really is just gorgeous. Now, I only take umbrage with the fact that this looks like Mary Poppins Returns characters and not Mary Poppins. I wonder if it's because Hamilton is popular on Disney Plus, but oh my gosh, Mary Poppins Returns was not good.
Yeah, it needs to go fly a kite.
Oh yeah, I see what you did there. All righty, yeah. Let's see what they got to say, because basically this sounds like it's one of the news stories that everything you need to know is actually in the story itself, or in the headline. Confirmed Spaceship Earth reimagining and Mary Poppins attraction officially postponed at Epcot earlier today. It was noted that Spaceship Earth and Mary Poppins had been removed from the show at Epcot Experience. For the park reopening, Disney has just released a statement confirming that projects are in fact postponed. As with most businesses during this period, we are further evaluating long-term project plans. The decision was made to postpone development of the Mary Poppins-inspired attraction and Spaceship Earth at this time. Now, I figured the Spaceship Earth may be because it's one of the things that they could do well, because it's on a constant conveyor. They could do well with social distancing. You know, you just put someone in every other car, and they're well beyond 6 feet apart. And so I thought maybe that was the reason why they're not, because they could use the extra ride area, but we'll see. And it does look like they're going to redo it pretty nicely just by the art. The Spaceship Earth reimagining was set to begin on May 26th, despite a $900 million decrease in CAPEX spending on the parks due to postponed or canceled projects. However, due to park closures and said budget cuts, the park reopened with an untouched version of the beloved attraction. We first broke news on the closure, okay. And if the reimagining ever does take place in the future, we expect it to last about 2.5 years. Yeah, we heard about that already. It was supposed to close at the beginning of this year and then reopen in 2020.
And then all the things happened, so... Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous, though. You think about this is Spaceship Earth. This is it. This is their castle. It's their Mann's Chinese Theater. Their Tree of Life. That is, and they're shutting it down. This is their
centerpiece.
Big... Yeah. So that is a big deal. And of course, we got the Mary Poppins thing with the balloons for, I guess, for the second one, and the umbrellas, which makes me think, please don't put umbrellas and balloons on the top of the buildings. Don't do that. England looks fine, guys. You don't need balloons and umbrellas. The maquette for the Mary Poppins themed Cherry Tree Lane project can still be seen on the main centerpiece of the showroom inside the Epcot experience. Me and Gail went to it. It really is interesting to walk around and see all the maquettes and the art that they have, you know, the conceptual art. Originally thought to become a flat spinner ride, the Mary Poppins project was expanded into its own neighborhood in the form of Cherry Tree Lane and announced at last year's D23. No opening date was ever revealed for the project. Not only was Mary Poppins segment removed from the show, but the attraction's serigraph, photo op, and exhibit case has also been removed from the Epcot experience. I wonder if it's also due not only just to this, but maybe the COVID gave them an excuse, because Mary Poppins Returns made a couple of bucks, but it's not beloved.
Yeah, it barely broke even, and most people are like, oh yeah, that happened.
But the original is. So if they make it, I'm telling you, if they make it based on the original movie, I think people will embrace this.
The sad thing for Disney is, I think Saving Mr. Banks might be more beloved as a Mary Poppins continuation than Mary Poppins Returns is.
Oh, absolutely. In my opinion, definitely.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie, and if you're the type that likes the behind-the-scenes stuff like me and Eglantine, then you will love Saving Mr. Banks. It's excellent.
See, it says, if you're curious as to what the Spaceship Earth, Our Shared Story, and Cherry Tree segment looked like in the initial Epcot experience show, you can check the YouTube video. I've also got one down on my channel as well. So there you go. You can definitely check that out. Look, I get it. They're not getting the money in, so why put the money out? The sad thing for them is they put out so much money to build up Star Wars Land, and they bought 20th Century Fox. Did I just do that?
Like, are you sure about all of that?
I just did that entire segment, by the way, without sharing. So there you go. Next time I've got to fix that. Oops. So anyway, yeah, it's they were expecting to make money, and now they're not. Another thing I saw was that they might actually be selling off some assets to recoup some of this money. So good luck to them. You know, I don't want them to go under. I think it was pretty bold for them to buy everything, but who expected COVID, right?
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll actually share the screen for this one.
Yeah, probably should.
I've only been at this for 5 years now. I'm not very good at the job. Alrighty, so at a glance, Walt Disney World COVID reopening status. Now, once again, if I would be there in a heartbeat if I could. They just messed it up. So let's see, Walt Disney World theme parks at the Magic Kingdom. You have the attractions. Okay, so they're telling you what's open, and that's basically the list. I've got a list down here because I want to do the bracket. I just want to get at least you, me, and one other person or somebody who knows these things. I want to do the bracket. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. You're not missing out on anything. They've got even the Hall of Presidents, which is an indoor theater. Do they have Liberty Riverboat? Okay, that's cool as well. Swiss Family Treehouse, which is stairs, the attraction, the Hall of Presidents. Wait a second. Where's
the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse is one that I most definitely could not do because stairs are my mortal enemy as a disabled person.
Yeah, and I'm not dragging your wheelchaired ass up those stairs. Boom. All right. Walt Disney Carousel of Progress is even open, and that's an enclosed theater. So, yeah, everything's open. That entertainment is Main Street Philharmonic and character cavalcades throughout the day. I'm sorry for the kids. You know, they can't go up and hug Mickey and all that kind of stuff. But what I hear is they're having more characters come out on these cavalcades. So maybe we'll actually be able to see some characters we just don't normally see. I think that'd be pretty cool if they did that. Let's expand it out. And it looks like all the shops are open as well. Erebus Brothers, Baby Care, 100 Acre Goods. That's at the exit for Winnie the Pooh. The same thing with Buzz Lightyear. So all of those are done. Splashdown Photos. I heard and I saw that everybody and their brother are trying to get Splash Mountain things because they're going to be changed. Guys, I will tell you this: if they cancel Mary Poppins so they can change Splash Mountain, that I will be mad. Obviously, I can't do anything about it, but
yeah, but
that would piss me off so much.
Sad state of affairs.
Yeah.
Sad state of affairs.
Look, Splash Mountain is fine. Ride this out. All these idiots that thought that are saying they care about, they didn't give a crap. They're just looking for stuff to complain about. Tell them, so what? Move on. Okay? Stop playing the victim. You're not a victim. Bye-bye. Move along. Move along. That being said.
And let's give Princess and the Frog its own ride while we're at it.
Thank you. Over near Main Street.
God dang it.
Yeah, near Main Street where it belongs. In between Main Street and Liberty Square. That's its time period. Put it there. It would be so awesome. Dining, the Aloha Aisle, which is a snack area. Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies, Snackish area. Be Our Guest restaurant, which me and Gail still haven't tried. I ate there a long time ago. It was horrible. So I want to see if they've improved. It's in my top 10 worst Disney experiences. Jungle Navigation, the Skipper Canteen, which is what I ordered, was great. Gail hated the experience. I don't think I'll be able to get Gail back into there. What do you think? Would you go back to Skipper Canteen? Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Because we traded. She got the steak salad. They didn't tell her had jalapeno dressing. So it was very spicy for her. So we traded, and she had my really good seafood curry stew. Yeah. I think I would go for the big fried fish, though, next time. Yeah, good stuff here. And then at Animal Kingdom, yeah, everything's open. Come on. Avatar Flight of Passage, Dinosaur Discovery Island Trails, Expedition Everest, Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, It's Tough to Be a Bug, Cali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro, Maharaja Jungle Trek, Navi River Journey is open, the Animation Experience, the Oasis Exhibits, Triceratops Spin. Well, wait a second. Okay, Avatar Flight of Passage, there it is. Character cruises throughout the day, which I saw a picture that Timon and Pumbaa were on a boat going around the river. I like the fact that they're doing something like that to let people see the characters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the shops. Yeah, everything looks to be open. It looks like they said, let's go. I don't think anything's really closed up as far as, Mm-hmm. We'll see, though. We'll see. So long as Gail can go on the Frozen ride again, because that's her favorite. And when she gets off, she's like, let it go. Let it, she's belting it out.
I detect large amounts of sarcasm.
She actually sounds better than Idina Menzel when she sings that song. Give it a belt, honey.
Oh boy.
She just told me to shut up. She's a little shy because she doesn't want people to feel bad about her voice being so much better than theirs. Am I right, Gailey? Yeah. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like everything's open. Why don't they could have made this a really shorter article. Here's the opening status. It's all open. Go. Just wear your mask. What's it like to visit the Magic Kingdom with COVID-19? Man, I want to know firsthand, man. I want my own video. Let me go in. This is you read comics because I've got the channel. I love comics. Yeah. And so we've read that one comic book that they've done it many times where you'll have like the telepath that loses the powers, and they're like, I feel like a part of me is cut out. I feel like a part of me has been removed from me. That's how I feel. I can't get into Magic Kingdom, and now I feel like, oh man, part of me is just missing. Yeah. Hey, some of us love Walt Disney World. All right, I've actually we've moved away from Orlando, and I said I gotta get back to my theme parks.
I've got to go home. I've got to go back.
Yeah, I've got to get back. Have I not said that, Gailey? That you can't hear.
Yeah. Plus, we work for the theme parks too.
Yeah, we've worked for the theme parks quite a bit. Yep. Okay, yeah, I saw this. People were complaining. Well, they're not wearing masks. Well, one of them's Pluto. Okay, give him a freaking break. All right. But yeah, they're talking about how these guys are, but they are a million miles away from you. Okay. On a second level. They've had their temperature taken 2, maybe 3 times before they got there. And they're on the train, on the second floor of the train patches, waving to everybody so they could take pictures.
Yeah.
And on Twitter, people were complaining they're not wearing masks. And yes, they were using that voice. They were using that stupid, idiotic Dudley Do-Right voice, because you would have to be a moron to look at this picture and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. They're not wearing masks. Oh, shut up.
Yes, but human stupidity is an infinite resource, is the thing.
Let's see. We attended the park on its first day of soft opening as cast members got to put the new health and safety measures into action for the first time. Now, what a soft opening is exactly that. They are going to work through whatever problems. They understand that this is a new thing. You'll have a soft opening for a ride. This is the first time we've ever opened to the public. We don't want as many people there. We want to practice. So sometimes things work out. Sometimes things don't. And once again, I said this on another video. I'll say it here. You have idiots taking pictures so they can get the clickbait with a wide angle lens that brings people who are 6 feet or more apart looking close together. If you've ever seen the movie Stand By Me, they did not actually run a train right up to the kids and then tell them to jump away before it freaking hits you. They were on one side of the trestle. The train was on the other, moving slowly, but they filmed it with a wide angle lens, which brought it together and made it look like the train was right behind them. That is what you're seeing when people are doing these crowds. Now, does that mean that everybody's staying 6 feet away from each other all the time? No, just like at the grocery store and Walmart, occasionally someone's going to walk by you. You're in 1 million degree heat. Let it go. Let it go. Be one with the wind and stars. All right? Jeez, Lord in heaven.
The virus never bothered you anyway.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's just what people see. The queue of traffic at the auto plazas then moved to the parking lot, in phases again to eliminate large number of guests parking cars at the same time and grouping together. That's actually pretty good. I wouldn't have thought of that, or I didn't think of that anyway, where they have people getting out space to space. The only problem is now you're the guy that's way out. My joke because I would take the kids and it seemed like we were always the farthest parking space down. And I would say, oh, okay, well, yeah, we're going to park right near our house, because, yeah, they thought that was kind of funny. All right, anyway. Temperature checks at security screening. Mind you, this is at Disney Springs, too. They point that gun, and I am so uncomfortable with anybody pointing a gun at my forehead. I'm like, I like, inside, I just want to smack it away because they're pointing a gun at my forehead. But it just, you get your temperature checked. Following from the process introduced at Disney Springs, all guests have a forehead temperature screening. Anyone exceeding the safe limit is directed to a medical tent for a rescreen or denial of entry. I do hear that you can enter if you defeat them in a trial by combat. All right. As of July 9th, guests are asked to place any metal water bottles into the bin and then carry their bag through the metal detectors with them. In many cases, the detectors alerts and the guest is sent to a table for further inspection. Guests are asked to empty the contents onto a table to be inspected. Thankfully, improvements may be in the pipeline. We saw at Disney Springs that a new scanner is under testing, and a couple of these have been deployed into Animal Kingdom. Transportation. It's here the social distancing really becomes noticeable, and a first glimpse at how social distancing makes for a vastly superior guest experience. Buses now use boarding groups with a cast member directing parties to sit in specific areas of the bus to prior to boarding. Okay. Now, I'll tell you right now, as somebody who's ridden on the bus, who's ridden the monorail and everything, if they're saying only 3 or 4 people in a car, I'm good with that. Holy Toledo, can they cramp these things. Inside, some sections are blocked off and there is no standing. Yeah, that actually, I am not hating this at all. Let's see, taken to the monorail, there is no more filing in every inch of space in the queue and being herded around like cattle. Physical distancing markers are on the ground, keeping parties apart by 6 feet. Reaching the top of the ramp, guests are directed to numbered gates, which largely equals 1 party per seating row on the monorail. Awesome, because when you're in the monorail, you've got about 6 feet away from each other, except right behind you. So we'll see how they handle that. A similar approach is taken with a ferry boat. Instead of being packed into a holding pin, shoulder to shoulder, each party now stands, and you can see the numbers right here.
Why isn't this just like normal operating procedure? It seems so much more civilized than cramming us all in like feeding animals.
I will say this: you see something missing from these back that you have up here. It's raining. See on the sides with the water and all that. Am I sharing this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you got cover over here, but these guys are standing in the rain. So that's one reason why. As groups are called, they enter the ferry boat and stand on a marker on the ground. For your safety, not available. So these benches aren't available anymore. Damn, that sucks. Especially they got to make seating available for the elderly and for the infirmed. Various parts of the ferry are closed off, including benches, but like on the monorail, it's welcome relief not to be crowded. I can understand that, but once again, some people can't stand for a long amount of time. Maybe they don't have a wheelchair going in, but they're going to get one in the park. They have to be they have to be able to accommodate.
No force on this earth is going to make me stand the entire time. Sorry, but not happening. Thank you.
And also for people like yourself or even elderly to get to the monorail where you could seat, you've got to climb it and you got to go up an incline that steep. So yeah, they really should accommodate a little bit better for people who cannot stand, or for those who cannot stand people. The entry processes remain largely similar at the tap styles, although there are markers on the ground to maintain distances. It isn't clear yet if fingerprint scanners will be used again, since the park is currently in a soft opening and none were being taken. The fingerprinting, that needs to go away. I would have said that a long damn time ago. Look, I've got my Magic Band. It's linked to my account. I'm good. But I always hated putting my finger in that thing because I always think of where's the other guy's finger been? Because I know what I use mine to scratch. So, let's see. Crowds, a crowd-free Magic Kingdom experience in 2020. Now, I see a bit of a crowd at the end here, but I got to tell you, that looks like heaven. I want to go to there. Physical distancing and massively reduced capacity means crowds are incredibly low, at least for now. For those who may have visited 20 years ago on a midweek September day, this is that. Walking along Main Street, USA, with just a handful of people being able to see everything without being shoulder to shoulder is wonderful. It is I'm going to use the phrase, Dalton, it is a magical experience when you go there and it is not overly crowded. And yeah, me and Gail, we used to take the family on those weekdays because they were like that. You could just go and you could enjoy. Sometimes the park is just, it's unenjoyably busy. I tell people never go on Christmas because it's unenjoyably busy. If anyone needs a reminder of how great the park experience could be without Fast Pass and the endless pressure of planning and meeting those plans, this is it. Wait times are minimal. You're free to go on any attraction whenever you want and experience the attraction. I've said many times, I'll say it again, and I'll say it every video if I can, Fast Pass has been ruining Disney for a long time now. Fast Pass used to be a way to help drain the line, but now it's become the line, and it's not as fun. It just isn't. It's more fun to be able to go, oh, okay, I want to go there now, and I want to go there now. Look, you're going to have longer lines for certain attractions. Accept it. But do you know what I think would actually keep those lines down? Getting rid of Fast Pass. Serious. Now everybody's got to wait in line. I think you're not holding up the line to accommodate, because what they do is go, okay, you 100 come in here because you've got your Fast Pass. You guys wait there for another hour. It's ridiculous. It really is. Man, I want to get out there. Maximum waits were around 30 minutes, but the majority of rides were 5 to 10. Try to imagine how it is just on a whim to decide to go ride Peter Pan and just walk through the queue, get on board, or a mid-afternoon ride on Space Mountain with just the time it takes to walk the queue, which is pretty long. Yes, please. Yeah. The benefits of physical distancing don't just come to wait times and queues. Once on board, expect to have empty rows between parties, or in the case of Splash Mountain, the entire log to yourself. That would be awesome. I have had that before. Yeah. But it does come, and I've heard about this. It's kind of sad. It does come with costs when it comes to ride show. Elements have been sacrificed, specifically the stretching room.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you can't have people crowded into that area anymore, Dalton.
Well, in the immortal words of Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time, all magic comes with a price.
Yep. Splash Mountain has turned off its water cannons, which means less of a splashdown. And Winnie the Pooh has its interactive queue elements roped off, as does Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. You can't have a bajillion hands touching things, even though the CDC has said that you can't get it from flat surfaces. Main takeaways, though, is weights are low. You can ride what you want when you want, and can easily do everything at the Magic Kingdom in a single day with some repeats. If anyone was in any doubt about how Fast Pass Plus has negatively impacted the park experience, its absence illustrates that point very clearly. Fast Pass is horrible. It's a horrible, horrible thing they need to stop. Oh, and by the way, if lines are this quick, you really don't need the interactive queue. Let's see. Unlike the rides, which are in most ways now a better experience, entertainment has taken a big hit. Shows, parades, fireworks are no more. I don't get the fireworks thing. I guess it's because you don't want people gathering in a spot to watch them, but no. You could always.
That's sort of weird to me. It's like, are there large amounts of people used to set them off, or what's the deal there?
Well,
I assumed it was all automated and technicalized and stuff.
Well, it's more the crowds that are watching them. It's more the crowds that are watching them. But I'm thinking, if you put sit here, or fireworks viewing spot
where the people can sit and where they can't,
and you place them so if a family of 4 got on one of those spots, they'd be six feet away from another family of 4, and then then it's crowd control. Look, I understand, but we are going through a tough time now, and this is what we have to do. If you're not on one of the spots, we can't have you in this area. And and just have people go along. And then I don't know. It's tough. Pop-up character appearances take place around the park, including Tomorrowland, Main Street Station, and Frontierland. No meet and greets are available. The closest resemblance would be getting within 6 feet of Stitch on the Tomorrowland stage. Yeah. Character cavalcades run frequently throughout the day along Main Street, USA. The idea being that there is no need to wait or stake out a spot in the parade route. I think I like this idea. It gets characters out there. I remember at Universal, they would have like a limo driving Lucy and Marilyn Monroe around Hollywood Boulevard. I loved that when they used to do that. And this is kind of the same thing. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, and by the way, then this is just a personal thing. Let's bring back the poodle skirt. All right. So any here. I love the brave. Okay. So should the health and safety restriction persist, there seems to be a lot of scope for adding much more entertainment while still maintaining distances. There you go. Oh, dining. The dining experience has undergone a number of changes to unravel the old system of congested register in dining rooms. At quick service restaurants, the only option is mobile ordering using My Disney Experience. Wow, I never used it before. Guests who have placed an order are told to remain outside and return when notified. Once notified, guests are directed to a specific pickup point to collect the food. So that was easier than marking 6 feet spots?
I guess so.
You could even use it timed, so the person goes up to get their food. It would be the same thing, but at least people would be in the air conditioning. Inside the dining rooms, tables are blocked off to enforce distancing. That's for everywhere, basically. And like all the attraction, dining is a much more pleasant experience now than it was before. No more eating on top of the trash cans at Pecos Bill or waiting 45 minutes at Cosmic Rays to place an order at a table service restaurant such as Be Our Guest. Some tables are blocked off to allow adequate spacing, and menus can be found online. Yeah, they would pack these in. And me and Gail were talking about this today, where it used to be like you would sit here and the stranger would be like that close to you. It's like, really? Can I just get a piece of your steak here? Thank you. Yeah, you don't need that. In Germany, they would put strangers just at your table.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Let's see. So there you go. Health and safety and cleaning. Disney is the worldwide leader in operating theme parks. And it shows when it comes to how they have managed the health and safety. Well, Universal's been kicking their butts handily at all of this. Hand sanitizers can be found. Cast members are all wearing masks as a minimum, and majority are also wearing shields. Oh, my goodness gracious. One or the other. It's too hot for a mask, tell you the truth. It isn't the look that you may be used to, but it offers a further level of assurance that the cast members are safe, and that's good. That's good. And they should be washing their hands constantly. So should you. Mm-hmm. Ride vehicles are sprayed with disinfectant throughout the day, but not between every ride cycle. So once again, make sure that you have your own hand sanitizer, and it is going on all of the time. Park-wide announcements are made roughly every 15 minutes, reminding guests to wear masks, maintain distances, and wash hands. Yikes, that kills the magic. Although, strangely, only in English.
Yeah. Totalitarian state brought to you by Disney. I think I just saw the future again. Oh no. Erase, no.
They are quite there's dedicated health and safety enforcers patrolling the park to remind guests where needed. They're quite particular, even correcting issues of masks not being high on the nose. See, I'm one of those people. Look, you worry from here down here. I'll worry about this. Okay? I have a hard time breathing, so I plop it down. Because especially those Disney masks, they are so freaking tight on the face. And I've passed out. I can't breathe. So I put it down here. I'm like, hey, I'm not spitting on anybody. I'm taking the risk. My choice, that kind of thing. But it's their rules. So they're going to say, we didn't see a single case of masks not being worn through the 10-hour opening day. Says, so, yeah. And that's another line, the lie that you're getting as far as this is concerned. There you go. On the rides, physical barriers have been installed. And queues to operate groups and even on ride vehicles. So there you go. Should you go, none of the measures are going to eliminate your risk of COVID-19 in the theme parks, and Disney outlines that as you enter the park. So if you have any concerns at all, the advice is simple: stay away. And that is everything right there in the nutshell. A lot of the stuff we've heard a lot of doctors say it doesn't help. Look, it's not 100%. You're not going, so yeah, that's the thing. If you're worried, don't go. If you are venturing back into Disney World and are willing to accept some degree of risk, then a day at the parks can still be a great experience, and in some ways, even better than before. Disney has gone a long way to ensure a safe environment, and most people will be comforted by that. Wearing masks for an entire day is a challenge, especially in the 90-degree temperatures. Most will be counting down the minutes until they can rip the mask off to eat, or at the end of the day. For the kids, it may even be more of a challenge. Spending a day in these conditions is one thing, but how about a week-long vacation? That is where things become less clear, and it's possible or probable it comes down to the individual party is wearing masks, constantly applying hand sanitizer, and staying away from everyone, an actual vacation or a job. For those who are willing to do the work, they could certainly have a good time and will be rewarded by doing more attractions in a day than typically in a week. The virus is going to dictate Disney. No, I don't think it's the virus. I think we're listening to politicians, in all honesty. But that's...
Yeah, it's the threat narrative at this point. It's not the virus.
Yeah, we just made this long video. I'm going to break this one down into two, and I'll cut this scene out right here. But yeah, I think it's politicians. Politicians are very much interested in keeping the states closed. We're hearing a lot of doctors now. They're talking, look, this isn't January. All the people are trying to keep us closed are talking about what we should have done in January, what we should have done in February. We know a lot more now.
Yeah. The power of mass hysteria compels you, I guess.
Yeah. But like I said, if you're willing to take the risk, I'd be willing to go just like this. I'm fine with it. I am okay with it. I wash my hands constantly. I did beforehand. I'll do the same. I don't have any problem wearing a mask inside any ride. I just don't want to wear it outside. Mm-hmm. Where it's 90 degrees and where I can't breathe. And, once again, let me pull it down so I can catch a breath, because otherwise you're going to be reviving me. And then somebody's going to have to break that social distancing rule. I don't know. Anyway, do you have any last minute words on that?
No, I think that about covers it. We need to get the frick over the threat narrative business already.
Yeah, I agree. Alrighty. So there you go. That's all we have to say about that. That's our opinions. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell if you haven't done it already, making sure that all notifications are set on all. And if you do like the content, consider help supporting us through Patreon or Ko-Fi. The links are in the description below. Thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of our fellow theme park enthusiasts, thank you very, very much for watching, and have a zippity-doo-dah day. Zippity.